Hi and welcome to this video log with me, Wayne, from swimmingcyclingrunning.com. Well, today we're going to talk about tumble turns. Tumble turns are the things that I hear from triathletes say they're not necessary, and I'm much faster touch turning than I would be tumble turning. Well, let me tell you something. If you're faster touch turning than tumble turning, then you need to fix your tumble turns, because tumble turns should always be faster than touch turns. So the principle of a tumble turn is this. You've got to get your feet on the wall and your arms into a streamlined position as fast as you can before you can push off the wall. Because if you push off the wall in a non-streamlined position, you're just going to come effectively to a dead stop. Now you can perform that easiest by following one arm down with your head and then the other arm, leaving your arms in that position and eventually just coming into that streamlined position. But that means you have to use your core to initiate the tumble. You're not flapping around with your arms. And that's what most poor tumble turners do. They flap with their arms and therefore they're not in the streamlined position. They're actually in a flappy position when their feet are on the wall. They can't immediately push off. If you can't immediately push off, you've just slowed your tumble down. Now it's important to remember when we turn, we're using the leg muscles that we can't actually use in swimming. We're using the quads, the glutes and the hamstrings and also the lower leg muscles to drive off that wall as if we're jumping in the air. Now you can't use these huge muscles when you're ordinarily swimming. You're using these tiny arm muscles, and therefore this is the one opportunity you have to gain free speed through the water. So the quicker you get into that streamlined position and your feet on the wall, the faster you're going to bounce off the wall and increase your speed as you go through the underwater phase of the tumble turn. Now I'm often asked how many kicks you should do underwater. Now this video log is not about that. This is literally about the tumble versus the touch turn. But my basic principle is this. You should do enough kicks underwater so that you come to the surface at your fastest swimming speed for that event. That will change in terms of 50 metres, 100 metres, 150 metres, 200 metres, 1500 metres. Because obviously your fastest swimming speed is actually slower as you go up the distances. Okay, so enough talk. Let's go to the computer. Have a look at what I mean. Okay, so let's have a look at this really fast swimmer coming into the wall. And you'll see that he's instantly into the streamline and out again into a streamlined position and fly kicking away. Let's just take another look at that as we come through. Okay, so instantly into the streamline, bang, he can push off immediately, and that's a very efficient streamline. Next swimmer comes in, instantly into streamline and off the wall, and the kick is shallower and not quite as effective. We have no hip undulation there. There's no upper body, but there's very little hip undulation, so that's slowing that swimmer down. So we have different forms of efficient turns, but certainly the first one was the best. Now we're going to take a look at a slightly less efficient swimmer and what can happen if you don't streamline instantly off the wall and if you're not ready to push off. So here comes the swimmer into the wall. They turn, you can see the arms flapping into a non-streamlined position. The next swimmer though is instantly into a streamlined position and catches that swimmer up. So much so that the swimmer actually had to stop. Let's look at that again. Okay, so we have the inefficient swimmer coming into the wall. They don't streamline immediately and have a slow push off. The next swimmer instantly streamlines, pushes off and catches them up. That's an example. Now my contention to you is that touch turns are a hell of a lot slower than a really good tumble turn. And here we have the first swimmer from the first clip coming in doing a butterfly to backstroke turn. And he's got to do a touch turn here, and you can see that was one hell of a lot slower than his tumble turn. Let's just play that again for you. Has to touch and then turn. Now remember, until he is in that streamlined position, he can't actually get off the wall. So why is it so slow? Well, let's just back it up some more and show you. As he comes in, he touches, but then if you notice, he's leaving a hand behind to turn himself. Now that hand is coming over now, it's fairly fast, but there's no way that that can come into the streamline position as fast as the previous clip. And you can see that just slows him completely down, even though he's pretty efficient off the wall. And here comes another swimmer doing butterfly, touch, hand goes behind, and again, that's incredibly slow. In fact, that's a really good example of the hand being left behind on the wall for too long. So you see that hand come up and push off. And that is incredibly slow compared to what we saw in the tumbles previously. So hopefully that's given you a clear idea that a tumble turn must be faster than leaving your arm behind on a touch turn. And even if you get that arm over very quick and low with a touch turn, to get your feet on the wall is actually a slow process compared with leaving your arms in the streamline position and using your core to get your feet on the wall in a tumble. Okay, so that's it for this week. Next week I'm in Fuerteventura on a swim camp. And I'm going to try something new. I'm going to try live vlogging on YouTube to give you a flavour of what a camp is like. I'm going to give you a flavour of each bit of where we are in Fuerteventura, and I'm going to give you a flavour of the session plans that we're going to do. I'm going to write them down in front of you and explain. Now that all depends on how much bandwidth I can get when I'm out there, and that depends both on my phone and on the hotel. Okay, that should be quite exciting. Hopefully you'll look forward to that. But you have to subscribe if you want to see us live, because you'll get notification if you're subscribed. If you're not subscribed, you won't. And also, why not like this video? It's been good. Okay, enjoy your week. Have a great training. Have great racing. See you soon.